Good afternoon, ladies, gentle ladies, and gentle fluids. My name is Necro Sama, and you've tuned in to another episode of Top Flight Reads, our weekly web series where we read graphic novels from relatively unknown novelists. As per usual, we're going to go around the table and introduce ourselves. First, we have Stormrave.
Ayo, ayo, ayo.
MEL's not here today due to some personal issues. We have Akashic.
You already know who it is.
Again, I'm Necrosama. And then we have Tiza.
Yep. I'm still the serious one. Let's do this.
Catchphrase.
Catchphrase. Ding.
You so late.
I didn't hear him ding that.
I'm just going to blue screen. So this week on Top Flight Reads, we're reading Crown of Ahrah, Chapter 2, created by Darius Walker and illustrated by Vendici Exvanra. All right. Should we just jump right into it?
Got the cover.
Do
page.
Cover page. They do summaries before their chapters.
Yep.
Anybody gonna narrate?
Oh, thought we'd talk about the image first.
Go for it.
Because he's surfing. I don't know what he's surfing on. Maybe a bird. Who knows?
I'm swag.
Okay.
I like a sense of motion.
Yeah, I like it.
This is a little weird to me.
In what way?
Like maybe it's the shape of the way the ball of the thumb protrudes from the fist.
Both fists? Which one?
Or left fist. Everything else is cool though.
They're still putting new characters on the cover page.
Yes, we have a new challenger.
And
And it's Megane-chan.
Some glasses though.
That's what I said.
Let's see. I'll still be Voltage Knuckle. Okay.
Please stop it.
Why are you calling him that?
That's how I remember him.
I guess I'll still be Bella.
KDK.
I'll be the narrator.
Okay.
Does
Go
that
ahead
leave
and
me
narrate.
right?
Tease up for the Miranda.
Look, I'll just jump in whenever.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get my 4-kid Seto Kaiba on.
First of all,
narrator?
you will never hit that.
I can try.
Oh, I'm not saying you can't try. I'm just saying you're never gonna hit that. Go ahead.
The duo make their way down to the forest trail to Bella's school, Hollister Academy, to turn in the relic they found and give their report to the headmaster. They encounter a group of nasty troblins, but make short work of them and arrive at their destination. While there, Kaden and Bella learn a little about each other after bumping into Bella's old friend Miranda Elks.
Wait a minute.
What was that?
I told you he's not gonna hit it.
Was that supposed to be Seto?
I don't even
Yes,
think that was.
Yeah,
it was
because-
supposed to be.
Seto Kaiba and the announcer dude that's typical in 4 kids shows were the same person.
Yep.
If you listen close enough, you'll hear it.
They were the same voice actor, but not the same person.
Look, I meant the voice actor person.
Yeah.
They were the same voice. It was the same voice actor.
So is a Troblin a trash goblin? Never mind.
No, see, a Troblin is a cousin to a Moblin, which is definitely not a goblin from Legend of Zelda.
So you're not making that up.
Haha, wouldn't you like to know?
Not really.
Then why'd you ask?
Because I wanted to know, and then you said, "Wouldn't I like to know?" And I was like, "You know what? Skip it. Never mind."
Okay,
Clearly.
page 1.
Clearly he ain't want to know. Asking all them questions. Scroll down.
Don't tell him what to do.
He was already doing it.
Just how powerful is he?
Ew.
What's up?
Not a question, but a statement.
Look, Ma, Gokodori. Never mind.
You're not doing that. You're not doing that.
You gonna get us sued. Okay.
Now we can talk about the treetop storm.
You know what? I don't
Wait,
want any.
question.
So
I think your legs look a little weird in panel. I don't even know what panel that is.
2.
Yeah, panel 2.
That don't look weird to me.
She just bow-legged and stepping forward. Okay.
Nah, it's like one of those in-between frames of like taking a step forward.
Oh,
and the
that's
leg
why.
moving back.
I see it. Yeah, I get it.
Maybe because the left leg's not like leaning forward more. Looks like
No.
they-
It's that point where your leg is straight, but the other one's still kicking back a little bit.
I don't know how to explain it, but if the legs do look weird, it's the way the left one is positioned.
I just told you they chose a moment in the walk cycle where one leg's still straight, but the other one's kicking back a little bit. Like choosing the right point in that cycle, that's a skill you got to learn.
So the treetops in panel 1.
Oh, now you want to talk about it?
I don't really have too much of an issue with it.
Nah, he won't.
Does anyone think that there's not enough detail in them, or
I mean, just
I don't.
treetops.
It's leaves from a distance. What you want us to do? Point out every single bit of foliage? I don't think anyone would draw that unless they're crazy.
Just a field of happy little trees.
Oh my. Okay.
It shows the distance well enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that main character hands behind the head pose.
Channeling your inner MEL since she isn't here.
I had to. Got the double belt, rolled up pants. Shorts got longer.
They did.
They did.
I like the way they draw hair.
Her hair is nice. I do like it.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
He looks in the final panel. He looks like he's getting ready to spit some dope rhymes.
I don't know if he got it in him.
I don't think so. All right, y'all want to keep going?
Yeah, not too much to talk about here.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to stare. I was just thinking about how effortlessly you defeated those guys back there.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. They were all muscle and no brains.
God,
God, y'all
Wait, what? What?
Y'all so robotic. Is something wrong with his eye in the second panel, or am I cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
It's the way from the bridge of the nose.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the line
Oh
of
wait,
sight.
his other eye is just a little too far to the side. Like
It's the
yeah.
line of sight. The left
Yeah.
one's looking definitely left, but the right one, it's a little more forward than it probably should be.
Okay.
Also, I don't know how I feel about this whole page being dedicated to just this exchange.
Yeah,
Also, this exchange is just awkward.
Well, especially with y'all robotic voices.
why do you think we did
I
that?
mean, I
don't
did
think-
it because of that's how it seemed though. Because it's just like they're walking. Why are you staring at me? Oh, because you just took them out. They were all brawn and no brains. Join our heroes
There's
next
nothing to
time. Like,
laugh over.
that
Join our
sounds
hero.
like the end of a chapter.
Yeah. Oh
I
no.
know you like it though.
I think I smell froth.
Fight me.
What? How do you smell froth? Explain this.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe it might just be me, but like I'm kind of sensing a Lucy Natsu dynamic where Natsu acts like an idiot and she scolds him all the time. But like on the low, like she's like, "It's strong though."
No, this is not like that.
Might just look. It might just be me.
It definitely.
Mr. Sama, how do you feel about this page?
I knew that's what you were getting at.
It is only 3 panels.
Oh my god. Other than the eye, yeah, I can see why you guys say it would be okay on like you don't need a whole page for this interaction. Y'all want to keep going if I fight Akashi?
Yeah, let's keep going.
No. Go back up one more time. We got to point something out.
Hmm.
Do you see his expression in the first panel though?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What the heck is up with that?
I wasn't even.
It's
gonna
like
comment
he's
on that.
kind of done with something, but I don't understand what.
That's what I'm saying. Because he brought.
Because she just said he was staring.
No, she was
He
staring.
said she was staring.
It does seem kind of a weird transition from here to here.
That's what I mean. Like before, he was kind of smiling. Then he's just like, "What you looking at?"
That was weird. So, how much longer till we get to this academy?
I'd say about another hour.
Another hour?
Hell,
It's good we came from Guardian Town. They are only 2 hours apart.
Another hour.
Another one.
okay, so Storm drew this page.
Why do you say that?
Making fun, you know what?
I am not joking. This legit looks like something you would have written in your series.
Yeah,
Why?
I can see that.
The strange comedic timing, the Naruto eyes, the overly exaggerated expression, which kind of ends up coming out of nowhere relative to what was just being discussed.
Is it really that awkward?
This is going on right here? Yes.
Yeah, it is.
I'm talking about when I do it.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Okay, Tiso. I guess it doesn't help that I was going to say that I have virtually no problems with this page.
And the evidence continues.
Like the way her eyes are a little low on her face in panel 2 and in panel 5. Akashic, Necro, do y'all agree?
About it being no issues on this page?
No, about the time, about the comedic timing being off, and that being apparently being a symptom of our Excalibur.
You don't do it all the time.
Yours are hit and miss. There are some that work really well, and then others it's like, okay. And then this one here is, I mean, I guess I'm fine with it. It's just weird to start off a chapter with this kind of banter because we're still trying to figure out what the heck is going on. But
It's also weird because they've been walking for an indiscriminate amount of time already. So it's like, why does this suddenly matter now?
yeah, like honestly, I think they should have like just started with him complaining about like they could have started off the chapter with this bottom panel, and like instead of just saying another like what like how much longer till we at this dang on academy, like so we can be like, okay, he's been walking for a long time. They don't know where they're going. Well, he doesn't know where he's going, and then just scrap out that whole page 2 about all muscle and no brains. That fell flat for me.
Y'all ready to move on?
Yeah.
They're still drawing backgrounds pretty well though, so I like that.
Oh, come on. My feet are hollering here.
Oh, the almighty Caden can't handle a little walk?
It's not that. I just... Never mind.
All right, so this is still going on.
We just went through like 4 pages of this still having banter, and they said a total of like 3 sentences.
To be fair, the author did say that this is them getting to know each other.
By doing the same thing 3 times?
By saying 3 sentences?
That first panel, what do y'all think about his posture?
I don't like it.
Them thighs. He got them thighs.
His head looks too big for his body to me.
His arms look too short for his body to me.
Right? It looks like he has got smaller in areas. Not exactly bending over and crouching.
Maybe it was to fit it in the panel or something. I don't know.
Maybe he was trying to go less realistic and be more. What do you call it?
Chibi.
I wouldn't.
Comedic.
I don't know if it's chibi though. Like probably just a little more over the top with the expression and be less detailed about it.
What's throwing me off for is Bella's face in panels 1 and 2.
What about it?
It's just awkwardly shaped to me, especially in panel 2.
Wait, what's awkward about it?
I like panel 2.
Her laughing so hard that she's crying.
That's like how it was drawn, not so much what's happening. Yeah.
Well, it was drawn digitally, so.
Okay.
The foliage continues to be the first place breadwinner.
What do you mean?
In terms of what looks the best.
I agree.
I wonder how long it must take to draw all that.
Try it and find out. Either
Anything
way.
else on this page?
No, we're done here.
So, what's the plan when we get there?
I will take the relic to the headmaster, and then we set out to find the others.
Don't you think it's stupid to grab one, then come all the way back just to do it again?
I know it's stupid, but it has to be done.
I don't get it.
What?
I am confused.
There's like one line of thought I could see where this makes some modicum of sense.
Oh, okay.
Like if there's some sort of super safe keeping thing at her university to store them, then I could see it. Because it's like if something happens while they're out and they lose all of them, well, you're never getting those back. But if you get one back, put it in the super special safe thing, whatever that may be there, then I could see that. Takes longer, less risk. Other than that, what the heck?
I mean, isn't it journeying though? Isn't that what journeying's about?
Is this a journey?
That's what it seems like it's trying to set up to be.
That's what. All right, that's how it's being presented.
No. I mean, like journeying for the sake of journeying instead of just because you have to get to where the relics are. It seems like she's doing this more for a, I don't know, not fun experience. Like this is just part of the process.
I thought she said she was kind of trying to become like an archaeologist or something, and she was in like school for it or something like that in the last chapter.
Yeah, it comes with a profession. Like this ain't some leisure journey where you can just take however long you want.
I do love the facial expressions in panel 2. I will say that.
It's pretty lit.
The look that he is giving her right now, I'm loving every bit of it.
You're like, what?
However, her response, I know it's stupid, but it has to be done. Acknowledging that it's stupid and doing it anyway is still worthy of a sin. So that's a sin.
Ding.
Also, panel right before that, Caden would be excellent at manga sentence. Ding.
That is true.
Oh my god. It's like, I know it's stupid, but it has to be done.
I like his post.
I don't agree with it, but we got to do what we got to do, right?
Well, no, because
isn't that
she
life
hasn't
though?
explained why it has to be done that way.
Maybe she might on the next page.
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
I'll think about removing it if she explains it, and if
You
it
know what
makes sense.
that second panel reminds me of?
What?
Oh, that one meme from the B movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You trying like? All right. Next page. Please explain. I don't see the sense in that.
Walking around with the relics is very dangerous. Relics are artifacts infused with a great amount of power, so they attract evil. If one of these were to be put in the wrong hands, there is no telling what can happen.
Isn't that what you got me for?
Oh my gosh, this boy.
so I like the art is getting better overall. Very detailed.
Very.
I'm usually all for having panels where you show the reaction and then you show the explanation, but I don't think that flows well with this one.
You talking about with the top 3 panels?
Yes. Or if you were gonna show that, like, it's like show her like sighing and saying something sarcastic to him, only because like I don't know, like her just staring and then saying it. I don't know. Doesn't seem fitting for her character for me so far.
What do you mean?
Like it seems like in her reaction panel, it would be like her sighing or like exhaling, like, "Oh my goodness, so I have to explain everything to you," or something like that. Not just staring at him and then replying.
Shadowy figures in panel 3 talking about the artifact, and then suddenly shadowy figures in panel 6 coming after them. A little weird to me.
Yeah, that is really weird.
Is it though?
The 7th panel, I don't know. I don't know what that 7th panel's about. That's kind of throwing me too.
Let's go back to 6.
6? Yeah.
Oh,
Think
okay.
shows up and get ready to come after them.
No, never mind.
See, that's a relatively decent example of the detail is there, but you're not looking at that because you were focused on the speech and him at first.
No, I saw that. I'm just saying, having two different. Never mind.
No, I'm saying like in general, because someone might not even put that there and just have that 7th panel on its own without actually having it in the like setting somewhere. Things where if you actually look for it, it's there, but that's only if you're really, really paying attention.
Yeah, that I'm fine with. I'm fine with the shadowy figures in panel 4. I'm fine with the shadowy figures in panel 6 and 7. I just don't like that they're both instances on the same page. Having a not flashback, what is the word? Exposition about some shadowy creatures, and then have a different shadowy creature appear in the same page. Just weird to me. This is a nitpick, personal. Troblins, nasty little devils.
Troblins, nasty creatures that lurk around the forest areas.
Bella, stay close to me. Troblins aren't much of a threat alone, but in groups, they can actually be a little tricky to deal with.
Really?
What?
Really, dude?
What?
No, I mean, like, he's acting as if she's the fighter in their duo here. Like, what could she have actually done to maybe get involved?
She hasn't done anything, but that's okay. You know what? Speaking of which,
that's my point. Like, of course she would stay next to him. He's the fighter.
You know what I like about that? What I like about how this is being done? In the characterization of these two protagonists, I like how they immediately establish that the female member isn't a fighter instead of leaving it up in the air. So if anybody decides to complain that, oh, why isn't Bella doing the fighting? She's not a fighter. That's why she hired Caden.
Did you forget chapter 1?
I didn't. I'm just making an observation, okay?
That was also there in chapter 1? We know she isn't. They had a whole fight where she didn't.
I'm just saying that for the people who don't pay attention, who decide to complain about it.
Okay.
Troblins.
They look like horses. Or like centaurs, but without the butt legs.
Did you say the butt legs?
He did.
I didn't know what else to call them. Hind legs.
Oh my goodness.
Hind legs probably would have worked.
Also, I don't think centaur is what you're looking for here.
That's what you're talking about, the hind legs. The horse face goblin.
Centaurs aren't the ones with the horse top half.
Hey, look, it's their version of Fiend Horde.
And there it is.
Oh my
I
goodness.
I was just about to say, you sure you don't want to call them Troblin hordes?
Oh,
If there's
goodness.
one Troblin Horde, there's another Troblin Horde, and another Troblin Horde.
How do you all feel about the angle they chose for panel 1?
I really like it.
It's
I
the
don't know.
ground. It's the ground that's weird for me.
Well, maybe weird, but it's like the angle of coming from the camera, air quotes, coming
Yeah, the angle.
from afar and slightly from the ground.
Angle
I
is fun.
personally probably would have preferred the view from behind them and seeing them jump out at them.
I would
That's
have.
just my personal preference.
The Travelins, like in panel 3,
Yes.
Yeah,
but
I
but
guess
a
that.
larger panel.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I see why they did that because they're showing him from the front of the actual Troblins in panel 3. So I don't think it's like an issue, but it's just my personal preference. I would have like when you showing a new creature like that, I would like to see from the perspective of the viewer. I mean, of the perspective of the protagonist.
Definitely, I can see what you said about. Yeah.
That's another way of doing it.
These
It
are
also
the
would've-
voices for the Troblins.
You see, I was debating if I should or not because I don't really know how intelligent they're supposed to be. Because back with Captain Skull Jackson, he was clearly leading a mob under him. So there was some kind of ranking system there. These are just straight charging forward in the most brilliant strategy you will ever see. So,
Rush
I
the
don't
new
know.
kid.
I like the inking detail. Or I like the line weight.
What do you think about panel 4? His face.
it's just there.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
But this is just me just nitpicking.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a fan of, in this case, the protagonist saying, "These are Troblins, nasty little devils," and in the very next panels, Troblins, nasty creatures. Like, don't do that.
The Travelins nasty. Then Travelins
Like, I
nasty.
get it, because like if we were in an adventure game, we would see like, oh, they're the Troblins, and then we would get a little description. I'm fine with that, but I'm more of a choose one or the other. If you're gonna have us learn what they are through narration, have him say something else.
Yeah, I agree.
Like he could have said something like Travelins annoying, or just something. Like
Or
you don't
I
like.
would say no. He would not even acknowledge that they're Troblins.
Okay, I get it.
Just
I
be
get
like,
it.
oh snap, or something like that.
You're like, oh snap, or Jesus, they're here early, or something like that.
Right. Okay, because what would he say? Travelins, right? Yeah.
Yeah. What happens if they catch us?
Death. They take no prisoner.
Typo, ding.
I'll make this quick. Voltage stingers.
Ew. What the heck was that?
That's how he
What?
says attack names, apparently.
If he had said Volt Stingers, I wouldn't have had a problem with it.
What is panel? I like them in panel 2, 3. He looks weird to me in panel 3.
He's so forceful with taking off his book bag.
Just ripping that boy off of his shoulder.
Let it rip.
I like the sound effect. I like the final panel a lot.
I would if it seemed more like he was launching something out.
Say, I don't know. So,
Yeah,
like,
he
the stinger,
is.
he just question if he's firing those stingers from all around him. Is Bella getting murked right now?
That is the question.
Maybe he's firing.
You know what?
Maybe he's
You know
firing.
what? I'll
Maybe
report
they're.
every single sin if Bella gets shanked.
Why?
You
No.
ugly.
That would be the biggest plot twist ever. Like, I'll protect you. Oh shoot!
You know
On the
what?
first attack, though.
You see how he has the sound effects going around him?
Yeah.
I would have preferred
Yes.
if that would have been the attack name.
That Kirby?
I like
prefer
Kirby.
He does not have an attack name at all, but I'm not gonna.
What?
I'm not gonna fault him for that.
I mean, I can barely read.
Akashi don't like attack names. It just
I am okay with attack names, just not attack names like Voltage Stingers and Electro Knuckle.
Electro Knuckle.
Right. So
Also, her eyes
Listen.
look good in panel 1.
But Akashi, the reason I say attack names like that is because I went to the school attack names by Go Tanks, Dimensional
No school of announcing attack names. Come on.
There we go.
Here's the
You got
thing.
it.
I have no issue with the way that you say these attack names. My issue is what these attack names are.
Stingers.
Come on, man. We got to do better than that.
All right, so back in panel 1.
I'm
Did you
very
really just
confused.
ask this?
Yes, I was very. That's why it took me a second because I was like, what?
And she goes to university asking this?
And she was the one that just gave us the exposition about these people these creatures that's coming after them. So
This would have been so much better if she had said something along the lines of, "Be careful, or they'll catch us," or something like that.
Zap through the gut. Zap through the other gut. I don't even know what's going on in panel 3. Zap flying by my abdomen. Bam, 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 bam. Poof, poof. Exclamation point, exclamation point. Smoking carcass. Cry.
Oh man, this.
Here's the
I like the
thing.
explosions.
I like the explosions. I'm all right with panel 3 because it looked like my man's dodged it.
First off,
Yeah, the
Michael Bay
look
explosions
good.
everywhere.
He's sitting here watching all his friends get murked.
You telling me those little lightning bolts explode? Interesting.
Yep.
I told you because they're combusting because lightning is a part of fire.
Shut up.
I don't even get where you got that from.
Avatar: Last Airbender. Never mind. Oh man, I'm annoyed. Oh, but I do this page.
When aren't you?
Yeah, do it.
What I do? I'll just get my.
It's another 3-hour video coming up. Let's do it.
No, it ain't.
Your rage quit when I edit this video. I swear to God.
All right, but yeah, explosions are really nice. The attack impacts are interesting. So they sting into people, and then they explode.
Trauma.
Mhm. It's like the crossbows off of Call of Duty.
All I got for that page. Y'all got anything else?
No.
Nah.
Hang on to your seat. This show's gonna shock you.
Cringe.
Oh,
Voltage charge. Oh.
I've had enough.
What do you have against voltage electro?
I've had enough. Not only did he do another voltage that's called the voltage charge, my man's kneeled down and said, "Hang on to your seat. This show's gonna shock you."
I don't see the problem.
Wait, he's Virgil Hawkins now.
Nothing wrong with
Okay,
that.
first of all, you will not disrespect Static by comparing him to that.
Hey, that's Aries Rush, okay?
You will not so when it's Mara, then it's funny.
Considering that
know
she
what?
legit
No.
puts Aries in front of everything she's done so far, yes.
Well, I don't get it. Okay, so how fast? I don't get
It's
it.
Volt Tackle.
Wait, but
my
like
man is Thunder Natsu, and it's irritating me.
he is lightning Natsu.
So
But
Lexus.
that final panel, is he like just skipping around? I thought they
That's
were
what
like,
I'm saying. I don't
He's
know what
charging
he's doing.
super fast with the power of lightning, don't you know?
Oh, voltage charge. Yeah,
It's
the power
Volt
of the
Tackle.
voltage charge. It's Volt Tackle.
Pika, pika,
Normally
pika,
don't-
pika, 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 pika.
okay, weird way to do that though.
Why didn't he
Yeah.
just blitz forward in one streak?
That's the question.
That would have been number one. It would have been cooler instead of yeah.
It also would have made more sense because they're all the way back there, but he's just going back and forth for no really good reason.
Right?
Maybe it's for style points.
Apparently, he's trying to be Jesse Owens.
Akashic, I like the pose in panel 1. I do.
Oh, the pose is fine.
Yeah.
The foot in panel 3, yeah. I like the first 3 panels.
I like it. I like the poses, but it's just I look at those
like
word bubbles and I just immediately check out.
All right.
Hang on to your seat. This show's gonna. Let's go. Let's just move on.
Okay.
Wham! Kawoom! Explosion. Shoo.
Dog. Look at their faces in the first
Akashic,
panel.
did you blue screen?
I'm close to it.
What? Because that might kick?
What did he do?
He kicked him. Look at panel
kicked-
1.
He kicked one and slapped two, and the rest exploded. What happened?
They got hit with the voltage in the
They
crossfire.
got hit with the voltage, and now his voltage is on fire in panel 2.
Look, we already saw like a couple
That's
pages ago. It can explode things because
Well,
can't.
because lightning is
He
fire.
just-
But
No.
it's
So that's Akashic.
See, like, looking at the last panel on the last page and the first panel on this page, right? I would have replaced that last panel, and then in this first panel, I would have had them like that, but he wouldn't have been there. It would have just been like a streak, and then the next panel would have been the same.
yeah, because if this is a thing where he's just moving super fast, it would sell the effect more if we barely saw him.
You okay?
You must
Well,
work.
fine.
That's why you
I'm
work
just-
on
look.
your choreography.
Look, I'm just really glad that he did not say something cheesy after he landed.
Wait
He
for
already
it.
did. Look at their
Yes,
faces.
I'm telling you, I'm warning you guys right now. If on this next page he looks at her and he's like, shocking, right? I'm
Do
hanging
it.
I'm
Do
hanging
it.
If
Hey,
that happens,
you gonna charge out of
I'm
that?
hanging up.
That was sparktastic. Oh my god.
Oh no! Oh no!
Nah.
Bring
No,
some
no,
G-
no, 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 hold on,
GX
hold on.
into this.
No, hold on. This is the fade out right here. I'm all charged up.
I
Oh,
don't
goodness
like you.
gracious. Yep, I'm done. I'm done.
You okay?
Let's push forward. The quicker we drop this off, the better.
So much for your confidence in my ability to protect you.
What?
Oh no.
What?
Huh.
I'm lost.
I don't get it. I don't
This is
get it.
getting close.
Huh.
Hang in there, Akashic. Hang in there. All right. So what's everyone confused about? Let's just wind down and like.
What's the last panel say?
I can read. So much for your confidence in my ability to protect you.
And what?
Is it?
And what? Anything that she did that would make him think.
Maybe
It's just
So
why
he-
is that there?
So he's being dumb. Okay.
No, because of that, the quicker we drop this off, the better. She's making it seem like they have to do this as soon as possible, and he's all like, "But I can fight off anything that comes towards us. Like, don't you believe me? I guess is what he's thinking. I don't know. That's
I mean,
all I
he
got.
was doing it all throughout last chapter.
I mean, look, I feel like
doesn't
those
count.
two lines don't go together too well. It's almost like
They don't. That's probably the real. That's the real problem for me.
I'm saying it's just like it just feels disjointed. It feels like
yeah.
they're not even having the same conversation. It's like,
But I don't have a girlfriend.
Shut
please
up.
stop. Please stop.
Shut up.
It's appears to be trying to be funny.
Oh, but yeah, I don't see the connection.
It's more so his line because at least with Bella's line, you could be like, okay, maybe she's a little shook from what's just
That's what I'm
happened.
saying. I get Bella. I don't have anything wrong with what she said because obviously she didn't know what the heck was about to happen, and in that kind of experience, you shooketh. So she just want to forget about what just happened and just keep going, and she just wants to be safe. So I get what she's doing, but his dialogue just feels disjointed.
Also,
So
panel
you-
2. Why is it there?
Just her looking.
Yeah.
I think it's her. Well, I think that's necessary because after dealing with that, because like it was no problem for him because he's super awesome mega ultra guru, but she was very afraid because she didn't even know what the heck was going on and she could have died. So
You leave.
she needs to calm down from that. So I get that
No, I mean,
Yeah.
why is
Well-
she silent, saying absolutely nothing?
because she's trying to make
It's a
sure-
breather panel. Breather panels are a lot more necessary than you might think, Tiza.
She didn't even acknowledge his question.
She did in the next panel. Like I said,
Because
She
fight-
did.
a fight
She said-
just happened.
It's like if you see those movies where like those typical like buddy cop movies where the first time they in that shootout where they see the dude shooting somebody up and then like they're just shook because they're like, holy crap, what the heck just happened?
If I were to take out that panel, this page would seem rushed to me.
Because remember, this is the first time that she's actually been up close to one of his fights that was not that human. Because
As
remember,
far
she
as
wasn't
we
even near
know.
the skeletons.
As far as we know.
As far as we know, but that's all we can assume because she was nowhere near the fight with the skeletons, and then the fight that he had with the people, obviously she didn't really care about that because all he did was just, I think all he did was just kick him.
Yeah.
Look, all of that is fine and dandy. What I'm wondering is why it was done this way.
Well, how else would you have done it?
I don't know. Maybe actually have her seem like she's calming down from something if that was actually the case of her being startled by it. Like she is completely the same between that right there and when she says let's push forward. Like there's nothing really different there.
So you're saying the expressions are
like she didn't seem like she really cared anymore.
I got you.
She's totally neutral. Like nothing just happened.
If you look up close, it looks like he tried to draw her looking scared.
No. See, during the altercation ain't the thing. I'm talking about this aftermath where you say these rest panels are a thing. Like, yeah, but what good is that if there's nothing different between that and where we're going next?
Like I said, he's trying to make her look scared.
In number 2? Where?
Yeah, number 2. Right,
yeah,
I just zoomed in.
She doesn't look any scared.
She is completely calm.
Put it off if you would did like the whole thing, like make the pupil shorter and like making her just look shocked or like just in disbelief. Because right now it does. I will agree. Yeah, the expression look like she's just staring at him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why?
Yeah,
she is calm.
Backgrounds are still good.
That's always gonna be the thing. Like, that's the reason I'm still paying attention.
Let's keep going.
Aurora Town, Kingdom's capital, Hollister Academy. Hollister Academy, where young men and women come to study the vast riches of the magecraft and the world's vast history of ancient ruins and treasures.
Well, someone looks interested.
Sure. It's just where I'm from, we never see books. We've to learn on our own.
Oh, well, this is Hollister Academy, where we come to learn about the world and study its vast history. Before anybody says anything, we
I'm going home.
learned the name of this building 3 times in the same ding. That's all I'm saying. Ding.
I'm going home.
3 for 3.
You already are.
3. Oh boy. Oh boy. I cannot. Oh man.
Why does that upset you so much?
Where I'm from, we never see books. We've to learn on our own.
Typo.
I will give the author the benefit of the doubt. If these typos are to show that he is not educated, I will be fine with that because I actually have to do some of that in my story as well. So I can see where he's coming from if and only if that is the case.
I mean, it's what we have to learn on our own. But even though I don't think you use it like that, but
that's what look.
Yeah, y'all don't got books. I'm sad.
It can happen.
Can't read. What kind of backwater town is he from?
McKinda. Aurora, Hollister Academy. Hollister Academy. We're young.
You will not.
Aurora Town, Kingdom's capital. Hollister Academy. Hollister Academy. We're young. I can't.
Stop.
I mean, that first Hollister Academy probably could have disappeared. Could have been this Aurora Town, Kingdom's capital, and then Hollister Academy, where young men and women come to. Cetera,
here's the thing. No, we didn't need any of that in the top panel because we learned all of that in the last panel alone.
No. Check this out.
Well, not the Aurora Town part, but
yeah.
Well, yeah.
We need to bring the relic to Hollister Academy so we can store the relic away in Hollister Academy. And Caden just found out that there are lots of books in Hollister Academy. And they just got through fighting some Troblins so they wouldn't kill them before they had a chance to get to Hollister Academy. And now they're in Hollister Academy.
Can you stop? Oh, well, this is Hollister Academy, where we come to learn about this.
Hollister Academy. And now she's giving him a lecture about Hollister Academy because he's blown away by Hollister Academy.
I get what they're doing. I like it. It's like, okay, it's like in a video game. Like the first time you go somewhere, you get the name, and you get a little description, right?
Yeah.
Well, for someone like, okay, you see that part. And it's like, okay, this is our first time coming here. We see that. And she's like, oh, I'm a player. This is your first time coming here. Let me tell you what this is. However, in a graphic novel, it just really looks weird.
It doesn't work
at all.
I
was just being facetious.
Wait. Besides the dialogue.
Besides the dialogue, everything else is great.
I like their
even panel 5.
I like which one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Her face.
5.
There's the I think
something seems weird about her face to me.
This is not with her face there.
This is one of the panels.
I like it.
This is
I
one
like
of
the
the
architecture of the building too.
Yeah,
Wait.
pretty solid.
Storm, what were you saying?
I was gonna say that in panel 5, that's one of the few instances where Bella's face doesn't look weird to me.
Damn.
How?
Like panel 3.
Her eyes are level, her jawline is rounded. It doesn't look like her eyes are misshapen or misaligned. The only thing I don't
ignore
like,
the mouth entirely.
I like the way the mouth is drawn.
Mouth is a little weird though. Upper lip, I think it was.
The only thing I don't like about panel 5 is how the bubble is overlapping the character. I don't like that. But that's a
See or
person.
otherwise.
It seems weird. Panel 3, I like her expression. I like his expression. Panel 2, she looked extra bow-legged. Other than that, yeah, nice crest.
I get
Let's keep
that this isn't just one more thing. In panel 2, I know that this place is supposed to be pristine and stuff like that, but it looks even though it's pristine, it looks kind of empty to me.
Because it is empty.
Yeah, it's the main foyer.
Ah, so this is where nerds become bookworms like you.
Yes. Wait.
Hey, where are you going?
Follow me.
What?
Walking up the stairs.
Okay. No, before anybody says anything,
Oh my god!
I'm not even gonna talk about the dialogue in this page because I'm pretty sure you all gonna have something to say.
Go. Speak your piece. Speak your piece.
No. You see her expression in the last panel.
Panel 3.
That is more the expression that she should have had after the dang on fight was over.
Oh, man.
Also, I love her expression in panel 2 though. I love it.
Yeah, I rate that.
Wait, how'd she go from 2? Okay, 2 to 3 makes sense, but then 3 to 4, why she just not pissed off anymore?
I don't know. And then she just randomly going, "Where are you going? Follow me."
I do like the expression in panel 2. And
Even though I love her expression in panel 4, it doesn't match up with the previous 2. I will agree on that. Also, why do these stairs look so out of perspective?
Because we don't know where they start.
Yeah.
It's like it's like the frickin'. It looks like an escalator or something. It's mostly the bookshelves in the background.
Yeah, we don't know where they start. Because we kind of see bookshelves in 2 and 3, and some are against the wall. But like you can see in 3, like you can see the edge of the case, which implies that the other edge is at least going somewhere. But we don't know where these stairs start in relation to that. So when they're walking up, it's like we don't know how far down it's coming from. So we don't know where it should have been. So it just goes off into the endless void of the right panel.
No, check this out.
Boy.
They're not walking up the stairs. They're not walking down the stairs. They're walking across the stairs.
oh my.
Kind of. Further
Also,
down where what's his face is, yeah.
Caden's arms look really.
I absolutely love the little faces in the bubbles in panel 1. I love them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Her bad face is a little weird. Where the eyes are.
I thought those were her eyebrows.
If those were her eyebrows, that raises more questions.
All right, keep going.
Reading noises.
This is where I studied.
Huh, cool. A school of magic.
Huh. For the first time ever, I didn't sense sarcasm in something you've said.
Shut up. Again, growing up, I didn't exactly have a good learning outlet.
Oh, right. Sorry. I guess I forgot that.
Already? So much for you being a genius.
Oh my gosh, Storm, stop writing for them.
Real quick.
You know what? You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, watchers. I'm sorry, YouTube viewers. I might have to drop from this series.
Why?
Y'all might not see me in the next episode.
For the first time ever, I didn't sense sarcasm in something you said. About 6 pages ago,
Oh, here we go.
we saw him ask her if she was okay. And he was not being sarcastic. Ooh, maybe that was a good take though. Maybe that's why she was just staring at him, because she thought he was being sarcastic.
Maybe. Also, panel 1, look at that dunk. I like the hair
We are not doing that.
on the dark colored lady.
Dumpy. That's my response. Anyway.
The hair in the first panel is nice. But yeah, maybe she did think he was being sarcastic. Like, are you okay? Well, I didn't get attacked.
Yeah, see, if back then she had more of an inquisitive look on her face, like she's actually evaluating if what he said is sarcastic or not, I might buy that. But she didn't.
Look, I'm trying to stretch. Okay.
I'm willing to give the BOD.
Yeah, me too.
I will take it away.
Bruh.
Also, I'm gonna have to fight Teason.
I'm mainly just talking about the last 2 panels.
Is she?
Is she what?
Is she being sarcastic when she's saying that she guessed that she forgot?
Yeah, I think she was joking around.
Okay, please. I was about to say, please say she is, because he said it 2 pages ago.
Maybe she did forget. That's why he's so angry.
That was her trying to get back at his apparent rampant sarcasm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here-
Good.
weird
Yep, that
thing
makes
for
sense
me.
because she just got done talking about sarcasm. So yep.
This may seem extremely nitpicky. Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm
What?
just these back-to-back dialogue bubbles. Huh. Cool. A school of magic. Huh. For the first time ever, it just back-to-back starting it with huh. Just-
Redundant.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
no.
The dialogue is redundant.
No, that's a very minor nitpick.
I said that. I said this is a nitpick.
I'm not
That's
denying that. I'm just saying, like, yo,
Just-
What if she
It's
was
a
mocking him
sentence
again? Ha! A school of magic. Ha! For the first time.
if she had more vindictive tendencies, I might buy it.
That's what I used to do to people when I said people were being sarcastic. I just added ha right before I started talking.
I can't. For the first time in forever.
He did it.
That's
He
strike
did it.
2 for you.
It's just- wait,
For Necro.
what if instead of she saying for the first time ever, she said it was like, huh, cool, a school of magic. Huh, cool. I didn't sense sarcasm in something you said.
Can we go to the next page?
If she were that snippy, that would make a decent amount of sense.
But yeah. All right. School people.
I'm gonna start calling him not Rakudo now.
Oh,
You will not.
I will. I kind
No.
of have to.
He's World War Blue. Let's go.
No,
Hey, Kaden, I always wanted to ask, how did you obtain your arcane rune?
Oh, that. Let's just say I lost a lot because of it, and I'm reminded of that each passing day.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry I asked.
No, it's fine. It's not your fault.
whoa.
I know I've been saying this for the last week. Panel 2. Is there something wrong with her face?
Her eye.
A little bit.
No. Okay. Maybe if you look her left iris. Yeah.
Her eyes are looking in 2 different directions. That's all.
Okay.
Bow-legged, bow-eyed.
Oh, I
Like, it can be way more blatant, but they're definitely not in the same direction.
Okay. What do you think about this? I don't know. What do you call it? I'm talking about his past slightly. That subtle hint to his past.
I was fine with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, it's standard. So, all right.
It's
A
there.
lot because of it. And I'm reminded of that each passing day. Oh, something happened before he got his stuff. Okay. She looks and all concerned.
Maybe her mouth looks weird. Well, I wouldn't have chosen the way her lips are formed or drawn. I wouldn't have done it that way.
Exclamation point, book shake, thud, crash, crash, crash. Pew, 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 pew.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to see with all these books.
Why she fall like that?
Oh no. wait a
Because this
minute.
is manga. You already know.
Why was T-Top popping the clock for the book?
Because that's the sound of books hitting the ground.
Oh,
no.
I can't.
Yeah, books falling.
Oh,
no.
I like the design of this character. She has a cool fit, nice hair.
She looks like mage-like character.
Her legs confuse me.
Why? Got thick
Follow
anime.
the curve of her right thigh with your mouse and see what happens.
Oh God.
She broke her leg on the way down because all that Glock that was popping.
She dislocated her right leg. It's okay.
What did she do? Pop a thigh bone out her goddamn pelvis?
No, that was probably one of them sound effects that you were doing.
Hey, look. They're sound effects. It doesn't change what's wrong.
Listen, she got hit with that voltage. Oops. It's okay.
You know, you need to get out of here with that. Get out of here.
Electro nudge. No, here we go. Electro nudge.
Okay.
Stop.
I can't.
Stop. Right, so Megane Chan, she's currently in the lead for best character.
Oh,
Why?
man.
We don't know anything
Glasses
about
Chan?
her.
Jackson's
She
dead.
had glasses.
Huh?
Oh no.
Captain Skull Jackson's dead, so the best character's gone already.
Oh.
So now she's in the lead.
Huh.
We don't know anything about her.
And that's exactly why.
Maybe he's been hanging. No. It's just Teasa's been hanging around me too long. It's
You
red
know,
all over again.
It's
He's
legit
got
because
that
there's
storm
no-
syndrome. Oh no.
There's nothing extra there yet.
That's the new corona. Oh, I almost said it.
Don't do
That's
that.
That's the new
thing.
That's the new thingamabob.
New
Just
thing.
watch, you gonna see it. You gonna see it. He gonna draw a
Next
fan out of her.
page. All her books. Are they
Every person we've seen so far with the name has at least one thing that can knock them down. She doesn't have that yet. So by default, she's in the lead.
All right, let's scroll.
Knock them down. He
Her
can
right
knock her
thigh.
down.
Next page.
Let's see her speak more than once. Let's see what happens.
It's okay. I know how it feels.
Wait, Bella?
Mira!
Oh my. When did you return?
I actually just arrived. I'm on my way to report to the headmaster.
Happy girl noises.
Oh my god.
Ew.
Oh no.
Bella's eyes are too close together, I think, in panel 5.
The final panel, second to last panel.
Yeah, he means the last one. Yeah, I can see an argument for that.
Best friends are
Mira
best friends.
Mira looks well drawn, and I like panel 2.
Wait, did you just say 2?
Panel 3. Panel 3.
I'm about to say, like, the one with just a book in a hand? All right.
I like the Mira in the final panel, third panel. I like Mira on this page looks nice. I like Mira. She seems cool.
See? She's in the lead.
I could if this were a manga or an anime, I could totally see Bella going, Mira-chan.
Oh no.
Look, that's the expression.
Why are
Look, that's the look. Shut up. That's the expression that they got.
Who are you like this?
Why are you
Next
the way
page,
you are?
please.
Oh, and who's this?
Oh, Caden. This is Miranda Elks. She's the headmaster's assistant. Also a good friend of mine. And this is Caden B. Kilk. He's a seeker I teamed up with on my assignment.
Oh, are you sure that's all?
What do you mean?
Come on, you can tell me. He's your boyfriend, isn't he?
What? It's nothing like that.
Oh, okay, so she's that kind of person. All right.
I like Mira.
Look,
There
you
we
thought I
go.
was playing. You thought I was playing.
Wait. So you're not gonna send her for jumping the gun and making that assumption?
Nah, because I don't know if she's serious or not yet.
I am fine with Mira.
I don't know. Why do I like the panel 3 so much?
Because
I
she's
also like
That's a nice expression.
her thumb is shaped a little weird, but other than that,
And looks weird in general, but just the expression, the head tilt, like,
Mhm.
like I'm a little troublemaker. I got the typical diamond panel.
she has
I
a
also
lot-
would have chose a different screen tone for the background. That's just me.
Mischievous smile in the final panel.
You know what she is. You know what she's about.
Mm-hmm.
PT's are getting geeked up,
No, because you can tell what she's about based on this one page.
and that's why you geeked up.
Because she's in the lead for the best character so far.
You geek. Okay.
I'm smart.
Anybody ready
Let's
for the
go.
next page?
Yeah.
3 whole pages without Sparky Pants talking.
I'm fine with that.
Yep, Sparky Pants.
No, bogus. No, bogus.
Also known as Naruto.
I just made a statement. I just made an
Oh,
observation.
oh,
I didn't
no.
Bro.
Here we go. Eh? Yes, it's true. We are in love.
Oh,
Isn't that right, honey?
Caden!
Sorry, couldn't resist.
Why you? I'm going to end you.
Bro.
Oh my
Before
god. This is...
anybody says anything.
What?
Lisa, you calling Caden not Rakudo is a fair assumption. You're also you saying for Storm to stop writing this dialogue is a fair assumption.
All right.
You
so
thought I was playing.
I'm glad you guys tuned in to this video. This might be Stormboy's last video.
You thought I was
This might be
playing.
Stormboy's
What?
last appearance. Top Flight Reads.
What is happening? My man's just, yes, we are in love. What?
Dude, look.
Uh-oh.
Just call him not Rakudo for no reason.
Here's the
I
thing.
can't...
And they do not have the relationship yet to where
Like, did they not just be...
He's just being funny.
I...
See?
No, because if that was Rakuto, he would have been serious.
Oh my god.
Right.
He would have been flirting with her all throughout.
Embarrassing her. Why he do the peace sign?
They were flirting earlier in the chapter with that awkward laughter and those like little jokes they were throwing back and forth. That was clearly flirting.
Yeah.
That wasn't
those
flirting. That was
4
messing
pages.
around.
Those 4 whole pages to tell 2 jokes.
It was 3. But panel 2, Mira's expression is funny. Like,
She's like, wait, I was just joking.
shop.jpg.
Nah, that's that surprise Pikachu right there.
Oh no. Oh man, expressions. They're really good with expressions at the very least.
Yes.
More often than not.
In most of the mangas that I've read, and most of the indie comics that I've read, yes, they are very good with expressions.
More often than not.
I like Bella. Yeah, I like Bella and Mira's expressions in panel 2.
You know, I think
What did she do?
She pushed him.
apparently.
But
Yeah,
why did he respond like that?
Because
because
he knows full well she has the strength of molasses. But you know, he has to pretend that she's actually doing something for the gag, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Moving on.
I would have
Not the
removed
gag.
every sin though if he would have straight up been a like voltage smooch. On
You know what?
Electro.
Go to bed.
Electro smooch.
Gotta hit
No
it with that
way.
weeb language. Electro chew.
Uh-huh.
That's onomatopoeia for the kiss sound, dog.
Oh no.
You two are funny. If you aren't dating, you two probably should. Worry noises. But I better get going. I've got to hurry and return these to the library. It was nice seeing you and Bella, and nice meeting you, Kaden.
As always, take care.
Did she just say back to the library? So where have they been this entire time?
They're not in the library. That is just a thing. It's a building that has a library. It's a lot of book. Wait a sec. The entire building is basically a library, but there's a library in the library.
All we've seen are bookcases so far. That's why I'm wondering, where are we right now, if not the library?
Hollister Academy, full
You
of
know
books. And then you have to go to the library. I'm so confused.
Can I pull a Mel? Can I need to pull a Mel right now.
What?
What?
So I'm pretty sure if Mel were here, she'd probably say something like in panel 2, when Mira's gathering the books. Wouldn't books like normally be like slightly different sizes or something like that?
Depends on
Oh,
what she had.
also it's Hollister Academy. They could magically make the books magically the same.
It's not something that bothers me so much. I just feel I was just looking at it and I just feel like something Mel would point out.
It depends on what she was walking with in the first place.
Expression's still good. I really like the second to last panel.
You mean 4?
1, 2, 3, 4. I can count. Yeah. Panel 4.
I like panels 1 and 5 the best because I just like the way they drew the expressions. Hands are a little weird, but other than that, they're pretty. Their characters are pretty emotive.
She was your classmate or something?
Yes. Actually, being raised here wasn't easy. We both were picked on a lot by other students, but we found a way to bear it together. We worked harder than anyone else to achieve what we wanted. Me, an archaeologist, and Miranda became the headmaster's assistant. What? Got something you want to say? Remember, choose your words wisely.
Girl, you ain't gonna do nothing. Calm that down.
What
All
is
right.
page?
What is
I
this
like
page?
how Caden's got the Necro Summer laugh.
Now that's that Roshi. The TFS Roshi.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what is this page? I'm so
Manufacture tension for the backstory.
we were both picked on by other students, but we found a way to bear it together. We worked so hard, and I became an archaeologist, and she became the headmaster's assistant.
You know what would have made this better for me? If when Bella was explaining, she would have given I would just like at least one line of dialogue explaining why they were picked on. Like maybe it was because they were nerds or something.
I mean, I thought everyone was nerds in the school.
Like, if you're students at a school, you're all there to at least attempt to learn. Like, if you want to get stereotypical, at least Mira has the whole glasses thing, basic as that is. What the heck could Bella have possibly had to pick on?
She was probably trash.
She's short. That's all.
In what way?
They're taller than Mira.
They're both chibies. That's why they picking on them.
Man, no.
Look at you. You're supposed to be in high school. You got a chibi head, stupid girl.
Man. That would be either the most drastic growth spurt I've seen in recent memory, or no.
Or no. Yeah, we were picked on, but we found a way to bear it. We didn't stop them from picking on us, but we just bared it.
Together.
What they do? Because it looks like they both can't throw hands.
They can learn magic.
They can throw books. Pew, you know?
They could. Oh god.
Machine gun knowledge.
Oh no. Oh man, sister. I'm sorry. Look, we worked harder than everyone else to achieve what we wanted. You telling me she came to school to be the headmaster's assistant?
Well, that depends on what the headmaster does. That might be a very prestigious position.
Exactly.
I need to be that
become
guy.
the headmaster's assistant to be the next headmaster.
I need to be that guy because this has been bothering me for the longest time. And this is not being the usual me. This is purely from an art standpoint.
Go and get it.
Why is Bella's chest so low?
Maybe she took her bra off.
Maybe they don't have bras. I don't know.
Like, if you look at the way, like, if basically, because the chest normally, like, the breasts normally sit on top of the rib cage, because the rib cage is kind of like a rounded shape, and the breasts kind of sit on top of them, and they're usually not that, they don't start that low beneath the clavicle. So that's been bugging me for like a while now. Like, this is me being totally serious.
Not a question that we can answer because we didn't draw this.
Well, if I did have a question, it would be like, has anybody else been thinking something along those lines?
I mean, sure, but I haven't really been paying attention to her cleavage.
I mean, in this page, yes, it's very noticeable.
In this page, it's completely noticeable.
Like, I guess they don't always do it, but sometimes when they do it, it's really noticeable.
That's what we just said.
Chill, Bella.
Catchphrase.
It's just we have more in common than I thought. We're both working hard to achieve our goals, and one day I'll reach mine.
Dang.
Dang.
You
know what? You know what? You know what? You know what?
He's dirty.
Ugly.
He's dirty for that.
Huh.
Is she just going along with it? Like,
she's just sitting there smiling like he ain't just sneak diss her. But yeah, I'll achieve mine one day. I don't know about you though. But
like he was about, it looked like he was like, how you gonna do her like that?
We got knock on the door and somebody gotta say come in.
Knock.
Who it is? Who's that? Oh, I'm sorry, come in.
Come in. Oh my god.
Oh, it's the end of the chapter. Oh, snap.
My man's is out of control for that dog. We're both working very hard to achieve our goals, and one day I'll reach mine. I can't say the same for you.
Ugly.
Why
You know what? Depending on how you interpret her expression, she's like, huh. Okay. All right.
Very thoughtful.
You think you funny, huh? All right, bet.
There's no way to get that from her face.
Yeah.
Really? With the way her eyebrows...
You really mean it? You're gonna reach yours one day? You think I can reach mine as well?
That hurt. Akash, why you do that?
What the heck? Why?
I don't like you.
Why?
I can't with y'all. Okay. So just so Akashic doesn't have to edit this any longer than he already has to.
God,
Can we just go around the table without
forgot.
finding.
Wait, what is that from? I forgot who that was. Who was that? I know it's a Disney character.
Oh, you really think I'll reach mine one day?
God, I know that Mickey.
It's an
How do you
attempt to
not know whose
affect you.
voice that is?
It's
He
not
said
Mickey, is it?
That's
is.
the Grand Meister Mickey himself.
Hey, look, he had multiple voices in his day.
He did.
Okay.
He did.
Oh man, I hate you. Okay. All right, we've come to the end of the chapter, and that was Crown of Ahrah, Chapter 2, written by Darius Walker, and illustrated by Vendici Exvanra. So now we're gonna go around the table, give our thoughts on Chapter 2 as a whole. Chapter 2, and then the series as a whole. Stormray, if you start.
My thoughts on Chapter 2 in itself, the dynamic between Bella and Caden seems a little awkward and forced in some places. Art has been getting better. Like, it's weird because the backgrounds have been getting better, but as for the anatomy with the characters, the presentation, like, for the most part, it's been hit or miss. As for the entire series as a whole, I like it. Seems pretty standard, but I'm usually a huge proponent of typical adventure battle comics. So the story as a whole, I like it. I would definitely continue reading this. And I do like Bella as a character. She seems more like she seems cool. Like I said, if it wasn't for the way her dynamic with Caden was written, I think I'd like her a lot more. Art overall, again, hit or miss.
All right, that was Storm Rave. Akashic?
As far as this chapter goes, I think the dialogue, for the most part, was a little bit of a mess when it came to like showing how these two interact with each other, because it just seemed like it was a lot of joking that was forced and a lot of just awkward moments between them. And I think that I think this chapter would have done a lot better if they were to focus on if they could just have like the whole chapter of them being the journey to getting to the academy that they told us 3 times and I already forgot. But because I think whatever it's called, because I think if the true intention of this chapter was to show how they interact with each other, to have us actually be there with them more as they interact, it would have been much better than what we got. Especially since it seems like the only reason they got to the academy as quickly as they did is to introduce this character and then just have him knock on the door to say, come in for whoever's there, which I believe they could have condensed that a little more and then did more with the interaction between the two. But overall, I don't think it was a bad story. I just think this dialogue is a little bit forced and it was kind of irritating. Also, the way he names his attacks is irritating, but I don't give him flack for that because it's just what it is. But overall, I like it. It's fine. It's not something that would be on the first of my list to read, but I'd read it.
All right, and that was Akashic. Now for Necrosama's valued opinion.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I like Miranda. She cool.
Mira.
Her
Mira-chan.
Miranda. Mira was her nickname.
That was her name.
Mira-chan.
Her name is Miranda Elks.
Man,
Yeah.
whatever.
Mira-chan.
Let's start over.
Nobody care about
The end. Anyways. Okay, so chapter 2 happened. But yeah, I agree with Kachik. I think the forest could have been extended a little bit more. Show some more of his abilities. It's weird. I think Miranda's the only character I've met that I actually enjoy. Like, she just seems a little mischievous. Not a big fan of KDK. He has, I like the way you draw him. I like the way he draws the characters. Lightning is one of my favorite attributes when it comes to characters with elemental abilities. The attacks themselves, a few of them I was into, but the choreography for most of the fights were okay, and love the backgrounds. But I just couldn't really find a character other than Miranda that I liked. I didn't really like KDK that much. She just seemed, what's the word? She just seemed not even dumb, just there. It's I'm just meathead that just fights. Bella was one of those. They're good at pushing the plot. Like the plot. So every chapter, like whenever they needed to do something needed to get done, it was because Bella needed them to go somewhere. Like that seems like her role is just to drag the main character around from place to place while he just kicks butt. Art's nice. Other than that, that's all I really have. Tiza?
Yes. Now it's time for the serious opinion. So, starting with chapter 2 on its own. If my commentary throughout hasn't made it clear enough so far, the dialogue choices for Mr. Real Protagonist Caden here, it does not work for me more often than not. Which I'm starting to attribute to the fact that he didn't have a typical education upbringing. So maybe that has something to do with it. Like maybe he just had to scrounge around while learning how to speak. And he just thought to himself, yo, let me just name things, you know, what they look like. Or let me just randomly decide to piss people off. Or maybe these insults are actually scathing when they could barely boil water. Like, maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. When I look at it from that perspective, it's like, okay, I guess I understand why he talks the way he talks. That does not explain Bella, though. She has the education. She has the book learning. But she still says questionable things at times, and I just don't understand why. She's weird to me. But then everything got rectified once we got introduced to Mira, also known as best character in the story so far. And I respect the fact that she does the glasses push, which I was also doing reading her dialogue because we have that kinship with each other.
Bruh.
She is fine. She's mischievous in a fun way. Not overly excessive yet, so I'm not tired of it. But it's also a decent introduction for her because that's the first time on screen. We know what she's about. She's got book learning, but she's also a little bit of a troll. I respect that.
Just a
She's
little bit.
serious. Just like me.
Oh my
As
God.
for the series overall, I don't know. I feel like we need to see the second attempt at getting one of the like major relics to see how that pans out. Because now that we've got the little awkward banter out of the way between Bella and Caden, maybe we can get to some actually good stuff between them. Instead of stuff that's just there. Like that one guy at the guild they were at.
All right, people. That was Top Flight Reads Crown of Ahrah. Meet us here, same time, same place, same witty banter. Next week, we'll be on to chapter 3 of Crown of Ahrah. Say goodbye to the people, Stormwraith.
Later, party people.
Ew.
Akakun.
We'll see how many sins they get next week if I survive.
Tiza.
You better actually start counting things in editing. Also,
Well-
I think it'll be fine.
It could be. Mirror's cool.
If there's more trees and more mirror.
Oh my. All right. That's Top Flight signing off. Ta-ta for now. See you next week.